Going on, you guys? Like you guys to the channel? It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review, and today I got one for Scream. No, not the 19 whatever one, the 2022 one. Yes, I know I could have like reviewed the other one, which I initially was gonna do because I watched it yesterday. But I was gonna be like, I'm gonna have a review for Scream, and I'm gonna have a review for Scream go up technically in the same day. Don't want to do that, so we're just gonna review the 2022 one, which I found to enjoy. First off, not not gonna necessarily say I'm a huge fan of Scream, but I definitely do remember it. There's one nightmare I remember as a kid vividly of like being in the backseat of my aunt's car, riding down the six, and somebody was chasing us in the Scream mask, and he jumped on the back of the car. He was looking in the mirror, I mean in the back window, and he had a knife. He was trying to kill me. Yeah, that is a legit nightmare that I had when I was younger, and I still remember to this day. Which is awkward because like Ghostface has never been like a villain or like a horror villain that I've like ever been really afraid of. Because every time you see him, it's comedy, bro. like Ghostface takes the funniest bumps of any movie, any horror icon that I think I've ever seen, bro. Like, he gets kicked in the nuts, get hit with chairs, and like when he falls, it's so over exaggerated. You see that in this movie. This movie kind of plays like the original. I think this is a definite. Now I can't quite remember the other Scream films, but I think this one here is definitely a return to form. Just because like I said, the first one is so vivid in my mind because I literally watched it right before I went and saw this one because I'm like, okay, I have to remember. Like I know they're gonna be some callbacks, and you can definitely see that in this film. We have a new group of people. 25 years after the Woodsboro Ghostface killings, you know what I'm saying? You have somebody else who dons the mask, and it's pretty much going through that same thing, but it also does things differently. This one I think is a little bit more intricate, a little bit more, I don't want to say wild, but I definitely think this was more brutal because, bro, some of the kill scenes, it just some of the stabbings are, I don't want to say uncomfortable, but at times just like you like, oh, like damn, like you hearing the knife like enter and exit somebody's body. It doesn't sound like over exaggerated. Like it sounds like wow, they are really getting stabbed right now. Like because it's not stab, oh somebody dead. No, it is. I'm like, what are you doing? And some of them are just like slow, where you see everything happening in slow motion, and like it is incredibly uncomfortable. And I think it's one of the things I liked about it. I'm like, okay, this did good, and like the way they brought in new characters, the way they also brought back in old characters, they tied the new characters into the old characters. Everything about it was just nice. I'm like, okay, setting this back. There's something that makes you think like, why would you come back to this? Why would you even get back involved with anything like this? But then you see it, it's like, okay, I think it was technically necessary. And the one of the things I love about the film actually is how self-aware this film is. This film knows exactly what it is. It's like, wow, this is going to sound crazy, but I think this kind of reminds me of the Matrix Resurrections but done better. like I feel like the Matrix Resurrection was done right. I mean, was done in a way where it was very self aware and like it was a movie inside of a movie. And this is definitely that because it still has the whole horror tropes and certain things, but it also do them in a way in which I think was innovative and smart. And it didn't. I don't think it insulted the audience. There were a couple instances where I was just like, okay, that didn't feel right to me. There was one instance in particular where the police was called and it took forever for them to get there. I'm just like, this is a white neighborhood. What's taking the police so long? Like they should have been there by now. They was on the next street. Like what are they doing? You hear me? Like I definitely think they should have been there by now. But like I definitely like the kills. I like the cast. Granted, some of them weren't given a lot to do, but I don't think for this you're looking for like the most intense character development for every character. No, it's like it's a slasher film. Um, and the way it's orchestrated is also super super dope. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed that whole hell of a lot. Like I said, I like seeing some of the original cast return and their storyline. Them feel like too forced or anything. There was one in particular that I was just. There was one thing though, a choice that they made that was kind of not off, but strange. You know what I'm saying? Something that had to do with the main character. I was just kind of like, that was an interesting choice, and I don't mind it. It's just I think y'all trying to get us to look at somebody else in like a different light. Well, I didn't necessarily feel comfortable with that. I get why they did it, but I don't necessarily know if I'm 100% on board with how a certain past character was portrayed. Just not okay. But yeah, overall, man, I enjoyed the hell out the film, man. I was never bored. I was always like one. It's like I love the who done it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm typically wrong 90% of the time, and then in this, I'm thinking like, how many killers is it? Is it one? Is it two? Is it three? You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to like you constantly going through the film thinking to yourself like, well, will this person live? Will that person live? I'm like, I know they can't kill that person. Like, oh, well, maybe they can. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what's what and like who's who. And I like the way it was done. You know what I'm saying? I appreciated the film for actually. I feel like they gave a damn. That's probably my biggest thing. It's like I feel like they actually gave a damn with this movie, like with the how it was shot, how the story was told. The I feel like they respected the diehard fans. I'm not a diehard fan, but like I know some who's also seen it, and they like, yeah, this was great. I like that they like listened out, and I feel like it's a love letter to the fans of the original one. It's like, hey, we listened to you guys, we pay attention. We want this to be the best version of what this franchise was. You know what I'm saying? So I think I like that. So overall, super super enjoyable film. It's the first film I've seen of first new film I've seen in 2022, and I think we're starting off strong. I'm gonna give it a B. I think it's really nice. I wouldn't mind even going to see it again. If I had a date to go see it again with, I probably would. I'm not going to see it again by myself. It's the weekend. We already know, like Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays for dates. I went saw it Thursday night. Those are for single people. But like, yeah, you guys, you want to go check it out? I definitely highly recommend you go check it out. It's a good watch, good horror flick. A good slasher film. I think some more slashers than horror. I don't think you're necessarily gonna be afraid and stuff like that. But definitely a dope slasher film. Go check it out. Let me know what you thought about it. If you have already seen it, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys are staying safe, and your boy catch up with y'all later. Peace.